So I'm trying to identify some new trades. No, this is a demo account, so but that will be okay anyway. I have one trade that I took earlier, so that's right. And I'm sitting right at stop. I'm waiting for come in. I marked a couple levels that would indicate whether I should take a short. This is one way of, or the way that I'm using scalp. So right now, pound USD dollar is sitting right here at 40.41 or 40.40, which is which you can see from this long line that goes across. And I'm just waiting for it to break down below that. It possibly could go up here to 41.58 or 41.60. So back down to 5 minutes. Again, looking for an entry. I'm going to take a look at Euro USD. Load a template. So usually how I start my trades are by putting out some pivots in and around where the price is currently sitting. On my live account, there's a lot more long because I look a lot further out. Here we're on weekly, and as many of you know, I've called that the area that's currently where Euro USD is currently hanging since 2014. So I'm flipping that on monthly view. We can see that this level hasn't been visited since 2012 and then back in 2014. So I'm not sold on the idea of Euro USD being bullish yet, although maybe I should start considering otherwise. But if we look from an up move on Euro USD, last time it came from the bottom up to this area was 2004, and then 2006. And there is no one that can convince me that the economic landscape in Europe is what it was back in at this time. And also the economic situation in US is not what it was in 2006 when we had the fallout on the. So I do not see this being a level that I believe will hold, and I believe it's inflated. So that's why I keep being so persistent on the fact that this is a pump and dump. So anyway, I'll continue here. A little thing. I'm almost done. I'll work my way down. So we see this level here, which was back in February 1st. The high was 25.20, so that's an MM level. And the reason for this spike here is to take out a liquidity pool that rests right here. So that's being cashed out. That's why I now firmly believe that the path of this thing is something like that. There are several liquidity pools resting here. One is here. There's another one down here. And finally, big payday is down here. So that's firmly what I believe. And again, I could be wrong. So, but anyway, it's my video, so I get the right to believe what I want to. That's just a joke, by the way. Anyway, a turning point there. I'm going to work my way down. Euro USD started dropping last night. I'm sitting on 3 or 4 positions on my live account. I am negative on one that sits right around here, but I'm positive on 3, not by great amounts, but positive. Anyway, I'm down to 4 hours, and I'm going to start painting out some areas where I think price could run into hesitation. Now, the reason why I'm using this dotted line here is that I'm marking an area where the price will have difficulties breaking through. And it has all to do with order blocks that exist at these levels. And there's nothing, we have a breakthrough this area here. So we closed, just to show, we closed below this level here. So I believe that this decline will continue. I'm going to take this one away because I don't want that one there. So I'm trying to find out if there's a new position that I can enter into. And there is one from this view. The different dotted lines, I put them in different colors just to indicate where they're bearish area. And so I think the price could come up to here and then turn again and continue down. Another level where we could enter in, but looking at this, this is definitely an area for a good entry. So we have first hesitation, we have a hanging man here, and we have another hesitation here, but I think it's going to continue pushing up a little bit. Down to 5 minutes, we could potentially see something around this level. So we'll keep that one there, see what happens. But right now, just looking at it quickly, let me add little circles. Looking at it, one of the old-fashioned standard ways, it's not that way. We're darn sure. Let's see, we have, what in the world? Well, I need a different tool. We have a high, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. 1, 2, 3. And if it's going to break, it would break somewhere where it's at right now, or for sure up here. But we have 3 high, So price usually moves in 3s or 5s. There is another level here, which has already been met. That was the third high. So there's potentially an entry here to be had. And as you can see, this trade is running in the background. It goes up and down, and we're really not paying attention to it. But I'm waiting for price to hit this level here. This is pound Australian. So it hits this level, cash. I'm just checking the numbers in between. So this is how I'm scalping. So price is up here. We'll see if it closes. That's a terrible color right there on that indicator. Color price up. Let's just make this black. Black. Boring that way, but at least you can see it on any background. 16 seconds before candle closes. If it closes above this level, then we'll wait to see what happens at this level. And if it closes above that, well, it comes into this area. So wait and see. All right, off to the next one. And then one thing I sometimes do is just putting, so we have a close above this level, so we definitely know that level before we enter. And right here, an alert, and we can do an alert here. That way we can go off and look at other things. So we have a break. So we have potentially our next lower high, and then another lower high. We'll see. Anyway, off to another currency, up to a month. See if we can find something here. Again, identifying pivot levels. So if you don't know what pivot levels is, there are swing points where price turned, and often price will do the same when it comes to those areas again. So I am just trying to identify some. This one is a bit behind there. Busy. So something you can see right away on this USD Swiss franc is there's a trading range that's been going on since 2012. There's a default trading range. I'm just trying to get it there. So that's the trading range. So it's a pretty boring currency, but when you look at it that way. But look at this. There's 1,000 pips to play. So not a bad range. But we are in the bottom of this range. But we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the fifth Elliott wave. The third one is pretty long, so the fifth will be about the length of the first. So a little cheat you can do is just draw yourself, figure out where this baby's going. Could go here. that would mean it would come down to numbers that haven't been seen since 2015. So I just heard a beep. So we broke above that line. We're now waiting for this. So we'll go out to fib. Alrighty then. Back to here. We have an alarm sitting here, so we'll wait and see what happens over there. Keeps hitting that alarm. So we've seen the price bounce here, right? Numbers from 15. This, I hope everyone knows what that was. That's when that's when they removed the cap on the Swiss franc and they fell. There was probably about 10 Forex brokers that went out of business that day. Pretty impressive. All right, anyway. Daily. Don't have anything around this area I have here. Pivot there. This is such a busy area. There's so much hesitation in this area. It's easy to just try like this and say, it will sit there. You see spikes everywhere. So this one will be a little bit tough, but it did turn on that price at 92.30, 1.30. So where is it going? And we've broken above this with a lot of push. So we're now sitting at order block level. That if it was going to turn, this would be the place. And we definitely want to see it break above that. The next level would be, or that one, but not ignore it kind of thing. Again, I'm trying to find if I can scalp this one. The problem is we're getting close to lunch on a Friday. It gets a bit boring. So we have bearish level here. Trying to see if we can come over this level. Now this is this candle indicate that there are hesitation on where the price or where it should go. They can't make up their mind. They're about bears and the bulls are about as strong. They're equally strong. So, if we're going to go long or not, we're going to first see that it could potentially retest this level and make this green, because this is where we would expect the price to turn and be bullish. It's now sitting at this level, so let's work our way down and see what we can see. Then, just a lot of hesitation around this level. We obviously want to get close above this level, which is a bearish order block level. See that there's no point in doing anything right there. 5 minutes and see where it's headed, or have it visited an area where we should have entered, potentially. And it has. And we did not have a close below this line, but we had big hesitation, big fight, and we have to wait and see. We get a close below this one, well, then we're looking for what's going to happen down here, and then eventually down here. Get a close above that line, we can go long. Otherwise, we'll just hang. So that's that one. This one is sitting there playing around, but I did do some earlier research into this. And what's kind of funny here is to just look at this line that you now know indicate a bearish order block level. Price did come up to that level. It would have been a great entry. If you had missed the first entry, then this would have been a great entry. Actually, this is not a bearish order block level. My apologies. Let me see if it actually is. Actually, it's sitting right here. Let's change that one. The price came to this level. I entered on the level, order block level here. Not big, but it was good enough for me on a 1 minute, and that's why I entered it. So basically based on this order block, and that's where I entered. We could have seen the price come up to this level, but it didn't, so it was a good entry. I fully expect this one to come down to this level here, and that's where I'm going to cash out, even though indications are that it could come down here, and there's an order block right here. So we'll wait for that one to take place. Let's get back to Euro USD, see what's going on. So we had a failure. This level, we are close below that, so let's take a position. Lordy. Volumes, ask client, stop low, background, foreground. What in the world is it not showing that one? So I'm looking for my entry line, which I don't see here, but it is here. Which should be red, but it ain't. And I am probably going blind at the moment. That's all right. Irritating can be. Foreground. Unbelievable. I don't care about the volume. Oh, anyway. That trade is $3 plus. So let that one sit. So the question is, where is it headed? Well, we know that this is the level here. 2404, which is basically 24. So that could be a level that will be visited. Before that, there is concerns around this area. We'll make that green because price could struggle here. And it's a crooked line. Oh, for Pete's sake. All right, anyway, it's as straight as you can get. So we'll wait for that. 11:30. That's retracement time. So, what else? In here, take a look. It just baffles me why that line doesn't show. Really weird. Anyway, I'm not going to lose sleep over it. It's another one. This one, template, default. Same thing here. Just quickly work out the pivots. Pivot. So this is what I do all the time, trying to find entries or opening a new chart, trying to find, am I near a pivot? Is it a good time to enter? So on and so on. You always want to start as far out as possible. Put 3-4 lines. We can see this is probably headed down here. From the looks of it, where's it sitting? Maybe pivot. Not quite. This one needs to be adjusted down there. I don't want to do any more on this one. There. Ooh. Loading. As you keep doing this, you'll get better and better at it. You'll find the pivots just by looking at the chart, but it always helps to paint them out. Because you can come back to them. How many you put on is up to you. If you put too many, then it'll be too busy. Here's kind of an interesting thing. In this area, where there's a lot of stacking, loading by market movers, they come in here and they load up, load up, load up. Stop hunt, take out the stops, get more positions, and then rally. Take out the stops and rally. So, where's this baby headed? Wow, there's absolutely nothing going on here. All right, just keep breaking it down, keeping it real. Small adjustments. we're in an area that is just full stop hunts. Thinking about putting a pivot in there, but there's one there. All right, so order block, small. If we go out to 1 hour, we have a bearish order block. This is a 15, close at. Oh, for Pete's sake. There. Bearish, bullish. Bullish. So it's starting to look like strength. All right, down to 15. We have a close below that. We had a and basic. We have a pattern that looks like this. So close below this level, and we can go short. Let's take a look on 5 minutes. That'll work. Yeah. Just to be very, very sure, on 5 minutes, we would like to see what happens here. This is a diff because it is just up and down since early this morning. Trend-wise, one thing you can do is you can do this. You can draw a channel, and it's actually easier to do this. You get this one and hold down Control. You can draw another line, and you have the same angle. And you find out what it. There's your channel. That's one way of looking at it. So it's the bottom of the channel. Okay. So if we go down here, where it's sitting right now, it should start. Well, we'll look at the channel here. We still have a ways to go to the bottom of this, but let's zoom out and see if this channel is really, really good. So it's not that good. So let's finesse it so we get at least 3 points, which is right around there. And then zoom in. So we still got a bit of drop in about 200 pips potentially. And that seems reasonable because when we look at this level and we look at how many times we've been here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, a lot of times. So we could have a breakdown here. So this might be a short that we want to take, but gotta pass this level and look what happens at this level, and then after that, that level. Let's put an alarm here, and then that's how I do it. Nothing unique. Euro is starting to run away, which we like. Obviously, we want to see this baby go down. It's a test in the bearish order blocks. When you trade these kind of positions, the commission is obviously pretty large. You can have a different account as well and get away from the commission. But again, this is a demo account just to show a little bit on how I scalp. So let this one sit. Let this one do its thing. We're looking for this one. So climbed above bearish. So USD Swiss franc. I am kind of happy with that. So I'll take a position on that. And I'm sure it'll come down here visiting because it's been hanging around here. Well, as if it was getting paid. But I happen to believe that the dollar is getting strength. And so we're looking for it to come up here before we start seeing some hesitation. One area that's of interest is goes above this level. And this one you can color anything but red and green. It's just the level that you want to see it pass above. You may have a lot of hesitation or a failure right here, but at least that could be your first take profit level. And if you want to take profit on half your position, all you do is just open up a position. It's half. If I want to close half of that, I would change this to 0.25 and then close part of it, and I would now only be halfway into that from where I was. So one way of doing it. Again, hesitation, as we knew we were going to run into here. Break below that, so that makes us feel comfortable. This one is just, that's words for it. And we're off on that, and we're down on that. What else? Euro. Yep. So I'm going to sort these according to size. So I got 20 more minutes, so I'm just going to let this sit here. No one's joined. That's okay. This recording, this is a long recording, so I don't know how that's going to be available, but perhaps I'll put it on YouTube if I can. Or I'll find out that I'm sitting here talking to myself for an hour. If there was someone online, I could answer questions, but no one's online, so I can just continue talking to myself, continue putting some pivot lines in here. Finessing some of the view. These pivot lines will give you areas where price will run into and hesitate. And there are areas where prices, and it's areas that if you're long, you want to see them break through. So if you see that area there, You see this here. It is an area that is going to be difficult to break through. But that's all right. Problem is we're getting close to lunch, so everyone's going to go on lunch. The people that move the market. And what happens at lunch is that the broker take over. And they run it in their books. And that means the spread goes up. You can see this closer to 4 o'clock or from 4:30, 5 o'clock, apart from Fridays, you can see how the spread goes up. And I've seen spread up to 110 pips from a normal 1 pip. And that's from 5 to when the next market opens up. It's you're trading out of the broker's book, and they will make sure that they are not losing, because then they have to pay up. So one way of doing that is just increase the spread, then you'll win. So do not trade from 5 to 7 p.m. I actually stopped trading. Usually I try to stop trading at 2:30, 3 o'clock Eastern p.m. After that, London is way off. They're home, drinking beers, pub, and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, we'll wait for the price to turn. I'm dying to find out why I can't see my damn trade lines. I've never seen that before. These are just when the market ends, so don't care about that. It's just unbelievable. Took it on this thing, you can see it. And the properties are the same. White, none. Same. I did make a bearish order block level here. Funny. Object list. Take that away. And that one. So background. I remember the color. We don't want grid. I hate grids. The background just changes background, so that's whoa. Bar up, bar down, wall can, bear candle, line graph. Oh well, another day. Another day, another door. Anyway, I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to sit here and wait to noon, where I'm going to go and have lunch. And as you can see, the market is truly going slow as molasses. Why will you not paint? Dumbest thing. You have to have the volume. Well, see, euro sitting in this box here. We knew that was going to cause a little bit of an issue. That's all right. And again, it's turning. Normally, right now, I'd close that position out and just wait for something to happen, because the reality is probably going to sit in and around this area throughout lunch. There's more than there. And, oh, dear Lord, cancel. So, just look at this. Came right up to that line. I mean, it stopped on the tip of that line. Very close, 77.33, 77.32.6. I don't think it gets much closer than that. So it's a good way. It works. Oh, look at here. Came down here and now bouncing up. So we didn't get close below here. The problem here is that this little joker is probably only going to run up to here, and then it's going to do something else. So too risky. This one we didn't look at. Not going to, with 8 minutes left to watch this show. Didn't on use the yen. Not going to. It's 8 minutes left. Didn't do anything on this, but a quick observation: higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and lower high, lower lower, lower low, lower high, lower. Nope, didn't work. That could be argued, but I look at that tail. That didn't break. Then you had a change. Then you had that's the high. And then you had a new high and a new low. And if you look at when it came up here and dropped, and then it turned, then I had drawn a line that when the price came back to that line, it would have been an excellent entry. So when a line, when the price comes back to this level, if it did, it would have been a great entry, and it did right there. So scalping. Next, if the price comes back to this level from above, then it's a good entry. So that's where we're at with that. So we're up again, coming close to lunch. Spring, starting to break through, but need $8.43 before that's a positive trade. And euro is outside of the box. So euro, Swiss franc, and odd. Looking good. Just waiting. We got 6 more minutes. Let's see if we can get all trades positive before I close the session up. And this turns down. We definitely want to see a break below this one. Break below this is going to make us feel real good. Yeah. And see, there is a bearish order block right there. And at the same time, well, no, sorry, that's my entry based on that bearish order block. And there's a bearish there. We want this price to come down there. This candle on that candle, the size is about the same. So also referred to as a railroad, which usually indicates a change. So I firmly believe this is going to drop. So we'll wait 4 more minutes. So this has been a long recording. Do not know what kind of audio it's been. Hopefully everyone can hear me. And so on and so on. So next week I do a live trade. It is an issue to do live trading just because there's other people's money there. So, but I do have a play account, so maybe I'll take that, and it's about $1,100 on it. It's an account that I've had for a long time, and that account was at one point down to $3, $1,200. So it's extremely challenging to trade $3, but I managed to take one trade this way up to $11, and then we just kept going like that. So it can be done, but it's difficult. It's time consuming. So that's the line we want to see it cross down to. Slow. So the commission on USD Swiss franc is $3, so that's $2 positive. Very expensive to trade. Pound Australian, it's not a major pair, so therefore the commission is higher. Now there's 1 minute left, and I am going to be closing this up. But I will, by the end of the day, take a screen print of this and post it, and we'll see how these trades played out. It's been fun, lonely but fun. So enjoy, and I hope you guys learned something valuable. If it wasn't, well, then I've just taken 1 hour that you can't get back. So I still win. All right, enjoy. Have a great weekend. And maybe we'll see a live trading show next weekend. Enjoy.